I want to talk about all kinds of subjects, things that people don't want to talk about, especially in my culture. You know, a lot of things are still taboo. My transparency and my honesty can sometimes get me into trouble with my team. I'm a very confident woman, and I don't care how beautiful a woman is. I'm not a hater at all. So I could be standing next to a bodied down woman, beautiful, and I just feel just as sexy as her. What up, everybody? ¿Qué tal? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Finally, fall is here, and I don't know about you guys, but I love fall and winter. It is sweater season, scarves, beanie, boots. I love it. Or, as my assistant Omi calls it, gray sweat season. So my name is Chiquis, and I want to welcome you to my brand new podcast, Chiquis and Chill. This podcast has been in the works for years. It's been on my vision board for like almost 3 years now. So I'm excited to finally share it with you. And since it's our very first episode, I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to do a little Q&A so you have a better sense of who I am. So grab a drink, some tequila, wine, whatever you want, popcorn, pizza, and let's do it. Chiquis and Chill. All right, so as I mentioned, today is our very first episode, and it's all about me. So we're going to pull back the curtain, and we're going to get real comfortable. I have my producers Giselle and Brianna here with me. Hi, guys.
Hi, Chiquis. Thanks for having us. You know, we're usually behind the scenes here, but today we are grilling you because we want to know all the exciting and spicy stuff that's going on. First, congrats on the podcast and joining iHeartRadio's My Cultura Podcast Network. We're so excited to have you. And I know Brianna is here as well.
Yes, Brianna.
Hey, Chiquis. How are you?
Good.
Good. I'm good too. And I am so excited to be here and to learn a little bit or maybe a lot of bit more about you. So I can't wait to get started.
Ooh, nice. Anything you guys want to ask me, I'm an open book, so I ain't scared of nothing, let me tell you.
I only want truths here.
Nothing but my mama.
I only want truths here, not pura verdad. So,
Perfect.
Don't be lying to us. We need the dirt.
I promise. I won't lie. Te lo prometo. Scouts
Alrighty, here we go. Get ready. Buckle up.
Ay, ahí viene la neta, guys. Vamos.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So let's start with who is Chiquis, say in 3 words.
Ooh, who is Chiquis in 3 words? Okay, 3 words. Damn. I'm very passionate person. A woman of integrity. Just 3? Okay. Faith and hardworking. I put in 2.
And how much different would you say you are in your private life versus, your public persona? Is there a difference there?
So that's a good question, Brianna. Okay, so there's Chiquis and there's Janae and sometimes Valentina. So let's just focus on Chiquis and Janae today. So Chiquis is the glitz and glam. I love makeup and all this stuff, and I love the lights and the wind and singing on stage. And it's different, from Janae. My everyday life is just more I'm at home. I prefer not to wear makeup. I have my hair up in a bun. I'm wearing sweats. I'm running around, getting things done. I love doing things myself. I love driving by myself. I go eat by myself. I've gone to the movies by myself. So I want to say that Chiquis is extroverted. Of course, I have to be. That's my job. And then Janae is very introverted. Like I would rather stay at home than go out, and I like to eat and watch movies.
Okay, so Chiquis, Janae, and I think you said there's Valentina. So tell us a little bit about her. What's she like?
Okay, so Valentina's the bitch, okay? Chiquis is very sweet, and I'm just like all about helping, and so is Janae. But here comes Valentina. She's like, I'm gonna defend both of you because sometimes we're kind of like pushovers, and Valentina comes and brings out the middle fingers and let it be known. You feel me? She don't come out that much. I try to suppress her with meditation.
Well, I haven't met Valentina yet, and I'm a little bit scared, but I can tell you that Chiquis has a heart of gold. From what I've known so far, is genuine through and through. And, we have a couple things in common. We are both LA natives. You grew up in Long Beach. Eres Mexicana. You love your cultura. You're all about culture. What's your favorite thing about nuestra cultura?
Wow, my favorite thing about nuestra cultura. Damn, that's a hard one too, because it's just like there's so many favorite things. I mean, I love the food. I love, I want to say the music. There's so many different sounds, so many different instruments, and what you feel when you listen to our music. It could go anywhere from banda to reggaeton to merengue to salsa. I think that our music is so beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I want to say that that's probably one of my favorite things about our culture, amongst other things, but that's my favorite.
Oh my gosh, yes. Food, music, definitely some of my favorites too. What would you say is the best advice you've ever been given by your late mom, music icon Jenni Rivera?
Oh, shout out to my mama up in the sky. These times are so difficult, like fall and winter, because this is when we lost her, so you bring her up and I'm like, oh, but it's a good thing. That's my mom, and I'm proud of who she is, what she's accomplished, and what she's done in my life and still is doing in my life and so many lives. But anyway, she taught me so many things. The biggest lesson I want to say is not to be a victim of my past, of what I've gone through. I've been sexually molested. I was sexually molested by my dad. And then obviously her and I had some situations growing up as well. It was difficult. We're 15 years apart. So we grew up like sisters. So she would always say, oh my gosh, why are you so you're not like me? I was like a straight A student and this and that. So we always had that. She's like, you didn't come with the manual. But she taught me that no matter what I've gone through, don't be a victim of the past. That does not define you. So I think that's where I'm like, okay, no matter what has happened in my life, I have to keep going. She'd be like, if you fall, you get back up, you brush your shoulders off, y pa adelante. And that's what's helped me. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm still where I'm at, despite the criticism and all that stuff, the adversities I've had to face.
Yeah, and you're so open about that and open about sharing so many things. And that's what I believe is going to make such a great Chiquis and Chill podcast, is you just being real and honest. And, you did mention that this time of year is difficult because it's the anniversary of your mom's death, December 9th. Mm-hmm. How do you all still honor her, despite, the fact that we've lost her?
Yeah. You know what? For me, it starts in October. I lost her on October 2nd of 2012. And then she left in December. So all these months are always really emotionally heavy. And you think it's going to get better because it's almost 9 years. But that's my mom. You know what I mean? Like, I miss her all the time. It doesn't matter how old I am. I still need her advice, and we do our best to honor her. For me, personally, it's having my siblings together. Now they're older. Now I can't necessarily tell them what to do. They all have their lives or have their children. They have their things or jobs. Before it was like, we have to be together. We have to watch my mom's favorite movies and, eat her favorite foods. And now that they've gotten older, I've learned to respect their decisions. I can't force them anymore. And now with issues that are going on in my family, we used to get together and, jalábamos la banda, drink some tequila, because that's my mama. She loved to party, you feel me? But now that things are a little different, I think this year, whoever wants to come over to my house will be welcome. I always let a balloon go into the sky and I write her a message. We've had that tradition for all these 9 years. So we haven't really talked about it, to be honest, for this year because things are kind of weird. But I'm hoping I could be with my siblings. That would make me really happy.
And speaking of siblings, you are the eldest in your family, and I'm actually the youngest. So very different experiences, I'm sure. And I'm curious to learn from you about some of the hardest parts, some of the easiest or best parts about sort of existing in that role.
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, so growing up as the eldest was at first very difficult. I would ask my mom, why? But why am I the oldest? She's like, I don't know, talk to God. Because she's like, you're the example. You have to be an example to your siblings and they're going to follow everything you do. And I was always the second mom. And sometimes to my mom, I was a mom, because she was so young and she had me so young. She had all of us so young. So she kind of wanted to party and do her thing. And I'd be like, hello, you have kids. And she's like, well, that's why I have you. So I was like, what the heck? Growing up, it was difficult. But now I'm so grateful that I'm the oldest because now instead of it looking at it as a chore, I look at it as a beautiful thing. It's a responsibility, but I love to set the example for my siblings and show them everything that I'm doing and how I don't give up and my perseverance so that they can also follow that, hopefully, you know? I'm like, pongan atención a las cosas buenas, no las cosas malas. So it is a huge responsibility. There was a lot of pressure growing up, and still there is, because my mom always told me, you are the oldest, you have to keep your siblings together. I want you guys to be different from my family, from my siblings. I want you guys to be united. And if you guys fight, you sit down and you talk that shit out, you know? And I feel that responsibility like right here. And now they're all older and have a mind of their own. So I'm like, dude, this is hard. I'm like, Mom, help me. Literally, I pray. I'm like, help me with Johnny. What do I do? Like, help me with the kids. And I just pray for patience. And I'm like, God, help me. But I love it. Honestly, would not change it for the world. I love being the oldest sister, and being a friend now. Was always like a mom to them. Now I'm that sister, you know, and I never really had that. So it's kind of cool. But sometimes I do wish I had like an older sister. Just sometimes, not all the time.
All right, we got to get into a little bit of dirt here. And I need to know about your love life. So we're going to transition a little bit into men, women, relationships. But, you know, as your manager, Mr. Bull, likes to say, you are every man's dream girl. And I think for a lot of women as well. I think, you know,
he says that? Oh my God.
He says that. He says that. Yeah.
Nice, Mr. Bull. Thank you. He's right here with me. That you say I'm every man's dream girl? Mr. Bull, my dadager. He's such a dad. I love him.
Yes. So what do you think it is that men and women physically love about you?
You know what? Physically, I want to say the first thing that attracts them is my ass. You know, it's kind of like, oh, she has a fat booty, you know? I want to think it's my personality. You know what I mean? But you know what? I'm a very confident woman. And I don't care how beautiful a woman is. I'm not a hater at all. So I could be standing next to a bodied down woman, beautiful, and I just feel just as sexy as her. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm all thicker, but whatever. I still, you know, I think that when you walk with confidence and you have your head held high and you feel beautiful, like, people feel that, and that attracts men. It doesn't matter your size. And I learned that very early on in my age because my mama was like that. So I learned that from her. And now I've tried to teach my sisters that, and now it's like Jackie is so confident. Jenica, she's blossoming right now. So I think it's that. It's probably my confidence. Be like, oh, look at this girl. She thinks she thinks she the shit. Yeah, I am a little bit now.
And where does that confidence come from? You would say from your mom? Because, you know, like all women and, you know, Latinas, we struggle with body issues. We don't always wake up feeling
the best,
the prettiest some days, right? But where do you find that confidence to like shine?
You know what? Initially, yes, I learned it from my mama. I saw her. She was a thick woman herself, and she was confident and never had a problem with getting men, you know? But as I've grown, I've learned that true confidence comes from knowing who you are. Knowing who you are and knowing where you're going, having goals, knowing that makes you so powerful. Yo duermo tranquila en la noche. I don't go around trying to hurt anybody or watch my back, because el que tema, algo debe. You know, ¿cómo se dice? El que debe, teme. So, el que nada debe, nada teme. So I think that, all of that, helps me just be confident, you know, in the woman that I am and the woman that I strive to be every single day. I want to be the better version of myself every day. And I think that gives you a different type of glow too, you know?
Yeah. So we know what men like about you. What do you love physically about men? I guess what I'm trying to say is, does size matter?
Okay. Look.
We're going there now.
Size, to me, It doesn't. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me answer this correctly, because I've had different penises sizes. Giselle.
Oh my God.
So I think the right. Maybe the question is, do you like it longer or thicker? Like girth, is it better? You know what I mean? But to me, I've had a partner that it wasn't that big-ish, you know, but he handled, you know, orally perfectly, and he knew how to work with what he got. So it kind of like, it really doesn't, like, I don't feel like you need to have a big penis in order for me to be satisfied. It's like how you want to satisfy me. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Yes.
But I'd prefer girth. Anyways, go ahead.
Girth to length. To inches, friends. Girth to inches. Please
yes,
take note.
Okay, so my next question. So you have basically grown up in the spotlight, in the public eye, first because of your mom and now because of yourself. I mean, you're a singer, you are an author, you are a business owner, you're all of these things. And I think that with that comes very little privacy. So can you tell us how you cope with that?
You know, sometimes people tell me you have no right to ask for privacy because you are exposing your life. And I don't like that because obviously, yes, we had reality. I was in reality. That's how I started my career, in reality 10 years ago. But you grow from that. And I learned a lot from that. I learned like, wait, there are certain things that I just don't have to talk about. It's okay for me to keep this private. My relationships maybe, or just a lot of things. Because I was kind of like, if you ask me, I'll be honest. You know what I mean? I'm very transparent. But there are things that I'm like, you know what? I just rather not talk about this. Now I have that voice and that confidence to say, wait a second, no, before I felt I had to, you know? Sometimes it gets a little frustrating just because I want to go to Disneyland or something. And I don't get frustrated from the fans. I love taking pictures. I'll never say no. But I feel bad for the people that are with me because we get stopped and stuff like that. And I think that can get a little frustrating for them. And that frustrates me because I'm like, damn, I feel bad. But I'm like, hey, if you're around me, you know what you're getting yourself into. And this is my job. And I love these people and they pay for my bills. They help me. You know what I mean? And that's why, that's how I see it. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to get to have privacy.
And do you ever feel like you're being too open?
You know, maybe to my management, I share too much. But for my standards and who I am and what I've created on my social media platforms and through my reality shows and through my music, I feel like I share enough. You know what I mean? There's other things I couldn't share, but my transparency and my honesty can sometimes get me into trouble with my team, you know, because they're like, oh, you shouldn't be saying that, you know, but I'm like, wait, I'm still human. I'm still a woman before a singer, before X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? And, but no, I think that sometimes I can even share a little bit more, to be honest. I've kind of held back a little bit because it was a rough year for me. So I've kind of held everything, you know, to myself a little bit, not everything, but some things. But no, I think that that's the place to do it. Have that direct contact with your followers.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm interested to know because you post these like incredible pictures and sexy pictures and you know, you're revealing a lot of yourself. And it seems that all those pictures make news, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, is this too much? Like, está desnuda or this and that, you know, like like the confidence to post that is already huge. And you've talked about that, but is there backlash? You know, are the trolls coming for you and are like shaming you in some way? And how do you deal with that?
You know what, Giselle, I think, and I've learned that, you know, this career is a learning process, let me tell you, that it's crazy because I can post a picture that a girl that is way skinnier than I am, a size 2, a size 4, the same exact picture. And I look vulgar because I'm thicker. But if a thinner girl does it, it's not that much of a big deal. And that's what I'm not okay with. Because why? Why? Because I have cellulite, because I have thick thighs, because I have a fat ass. I can't do that. I can't feel sexy in my own skin. And those are the things that I want to break. Because there are so many women like me and I want to be and represent us, you know? Obviously, there's always room for improvement. I always want to look better. I want to work out. I want to lose weight. But in reality, this is the body God gave me and I've never really been skinny. You know what I mean? So that's what bugs me. And I do get backlash because they're like, ay, qué vulgar. Esto y lo que mis hijos están viendo, esto. And I'm just like, dude, like, I'm a 36-year-old woman. I know I may not look it, but I'm a 36-year-old woman that feels good about her body, and I don't have kids yet. And maybe when I have kids, that's going to change, but that's part of evolution, but that's where we have the responsibility with our children to say, wait a second, teach them certain things. And I'd be a very open mother. So I don't know. I don't agree with certain things that I'm criticized for, but bueno, I think it really does come down to size. I think my size bothers them sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're clearly very confident, comfortable in your own skin. You embrace your curves, which is obviously fantastic. And I guess my question is, do you ever feel the need to conform to Western beauty standards?
Now that I've gotten older, no. When I was younger, yes, I wanted to look like the girls on the magazine. Now that I'm in the business, I know that that's all kind of a facade. Now I know Photoshop exists and all that stuff. And, I don't feel like I have to conform or be what I am, who I am, and I'm beautiful in my own unique way, and I've now that I'm older, I'm more comfortable with it.
So we talked about size.
Yes.
Right? And men loving your backside.
My ass.
Right?
I love my producers. They're just like, your backside. I love it.
Trying to keep it clean. So I'm sure a lot of people want to know, especially the men and maybe a lot of women out there, are you single? Do they have a chance? Can they slide into your DMs? What is the relationship status for you right now?
Even if I'm married or I have a boyfriend or single, guys do not care. Let me tell you. Let me start off with that. Guys are crazy. They don't care. They always feel they have a chance. Like, oh, well, you can get divorced. Oh, you don't have kids yet, or whatever. And I get it, and I've gotten it for years. Even this one guy one time, he told me that he wanted to suck a fart out of my butthole. Can you believe that?
Wait, did you say fart? I'm sorry, girl. That is just too much.
That's what he said. Anyways, but I am not single. I haven't been for a minute. I'm not single, guys.
Okay, so where did you meet this special someone that you are calling your boo?
My boo thang. Okay, so I met him for the very first time last year, 2020, in May. I've never talked about this, guys, so this is exclusive on my podcast, Chiquis and Chill. So I met Emilio. His name is Emilio, in May, and I did a song called Jolene with Becky G. And Becky, it was in the middle of the pandemic. Quarantine was really, really strict, and we had to do the photo shoot and the video for it. And she said, look, I only feel comfortable with my photographer, and that's who we have to use because he's already, tested the whole thing. I know he doesn't have COVID. So I said, okay, fine. And I had my own photographer, but I was like, that's fine. Let's just do it. He came to my house. He set everything up. And when I saw him, we saw each other. It was just like, whoa. Like, I was like, there was something there, but I was very heartbroken. That was the beginning of my separation. My ex-husband, in May, he had already moved out of the house and everything. And, I was very heartbroken. So I was kind of like, oh, he's cute. But I was like, I don't even want anything to do with anybody right now. I had one of my guys, though, one of my my makeup artists actually ask him, hey, ask him if he's married. He said, no, he wasn't married, So that was it. We left it at that. And he always tells me, he's like, that day, like, I thought there was something going on. And when I was leaving, you were so cold and so, like, nonchalant. Like, oh, okay, bye. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you gave me this half-ass hug. And I don't remember because I was like, my mind was everywhere. I was literally like heartbroken. So that happened. That was May. Lorenzo and I tried again in July. It was in June he was gone. So July we tried again. And so we tried it all up until September. I'm lying. Okay.
Is Lorenzo your ex, Chiquis? Is Lorenzo your ex?
Yes. Lorenzo's my ex. Yeah, we're going through a divorce right now. So we were, it was really rocky since we had gotten married. So we were going back and forth. Finally, we called it off in September. I was just like, I'm done. And, went through it. It was really bad. November, December was horrible. Then comes January, started feeling better, 2021. And then in March, I remember March 1st, I had a surprise party for Becky G. She's really good friends with us. We see each other as family, and my sister and I had a surprise party for her at my house. And I honestly had forgot kind of about Emilio, you know? And he had actually told me that he was following me and then unfollowed me because he saw that I didn't follow him back. Anyways, that's a little side thing. Yeah. He's like, you didn't follow me back. So I was just like, whatever. You didn't even repost me like when he was posting Jolene and stuff. I was like, dude, I don't know. Anyways, I was in a relationship. So then in March, she, you know, her mom invites all her peeps and Emilio's one of them. Again, that same thing that happened the first time. I was coming out of my glam room and he was coming inside of the house, and we looked at each other and we're like, again, like that feeling of like this connection. It was crazy. And we were talking and everything. And then later on during that night, I just told him, hey, can I poke your dimples? Because he has really pretty dimples. And he said, yeah, you could do whatever you want. I said, all right, it's on. So we kissed. And that's how it happened.
So, Brianna, I don't know about you, but my invitation to Becky G's party got lost in the mail.
It got lost.
I didn't get one.
I don't know, a lot. Talk to Mama G. Mama G, she was in charge of inviting people.
But also, do you believe in this, that like the universe kept putting you guys together, like kept finding ways for you all to meet?
Absolutely. I believe in everything. Everything happens for a reason. It might sound a little cliche, but I truly believe that. And if he came into my life, it is for something, for a reason. Whether we end up together forever or not, I'm learning something from him and he's learning something from me. I will be very honest. That day, March 1st, 2021, I had decided that I was going to remove, I used the IUD, the copper IUD as birth control for many years. And I took it out that day. I had gone to the doctor and I told myself, I'm just going to date. I'm not going to, have sex with anybody. I just want to go on dates. I was going to go on like dating apps. And then he came into my life and I'm like, I think it was God saying, hold up, girl. And he came into my life and it was just this instant connection and we hit it off. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. Everyone comes into your life and they're here to teach you something.
I wanted to know, what was the first thing that you noticed about Emilio that you were like, oh, I need to like kiss him tonight? Like, what was it that like drew you to him so quickly?
The first time I met him at the photo shoot, it was his eyes. I remember telling him, oh, you have beautiful eyeballs. And he'll never forget I said eyeballs. The second time I saw him in March, it was his smile. I love his smile and his dimples. It's captivating. And I'm like, whoa, like that. He just has wonderful just teeth and just all this, mouth area is just very nice.
All right.
So that's why I was like, I want to kiss that boy.
Good to know. I have a little confession to make on the hugging situation. I've had guys tell me that before too. Like if the hug isn't like a tight, powerful hug goodbye, they get like sad.
And they don't like rejection. So yeah, I think that's what he felt.
All right. Well, that was tons of fun. Lots of nuggets of information in that previous segment. Now we're going to be moving on to something similar, but a little bit faster paced. It's going to be something like a rapid fire Q&A. Are you ready for this?
I don't really like these, but I'm going to do it because I love you guys. So fine, let's go.
Aw, thanks. We love you too. Okay, here we go. First question. Do you kiss on the first date?
Yes.
Okay. As we know from the Emilio story.
With Emilio, yes.
Do you more than kiss on the first date?
I have.
Okay.
Fuck, I gotta be honest, right?
You have to be.
I have.
La pura verdad.
I have.
Yeah.
I want to say I have because, again, live your life, do whatever you want, no judgment here. I have, though. I have done more than a kiss on a first date, but I didn't like how it made me feel. So I'm just like, I'd rather not. You know what I mean? But got back in. But I do kiss. I need to know. If you can't kiss, we can't go on. I mean, why even like try a second date? I'm so sorry. No.
What's more? Sex?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anything like, oral sex or like fingers and stuff, foreplay. Yes.
When it comes to oral sex, do you prefer to give or to receive?
I prefer to give.
She's a giver, guys.
I like to give. I'm really good at it too.
In case you were wondering.
And what about anal?
I've never done it. I'm down to do it. I haven't done it.
All right. What would you say has been the sort of craziest place you've had sex?
Okay, so you guys know those car washes that like those drive-through car washes? We were in a 2-seater, okay? Okay, so we were in one of those. We were washing the car, and I just got on top of him, and we did our thing through like little splashies in the soap, and we just did our thing, and then I just hopped right off. I had his dress on.
I will never look at a car wash the same way again.
All right. So shifting gears just a little bit.
Okay.
Who was the last person you texted and what did it say? You have to pull it up and you obviously have to read it to us.
The last person I text, Emilio, actually. He said, my love. And I said, hi, baby. And he said, I just got a haircut. Smiley face. That's it.
Did he send a picture?
No, he didn't. Let me tell him. Okay. Hi, babe. Sorry. I'm doing the podcast right now. I'm so sorry. I just saw this. But send me a picture. I want to see your haircut.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. What about, you're a lot of people's celebrity crush, but who is your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush. I love The Rock. Okay. And you know why? Yes, he's tall, he's buff and all this stuff. But more than that, I love his mind. He's such a smart man. And I could tell that with just his interviews and his social media. So that's why. Male crush. I have a female too, though.
You do?
I do. Scarlett Johansson, she's so hot. Girl.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was the last photo you took? You have to pull it up and show us.
The last photo I took, let's see. Hopefully it's PG. Hopefully it's not. Oh.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not even. Dude, you're gonna laugh because it's crazy. It's a pozole.
It's food.
Dude, why? I took a screenshot of a green pozole because se me antojó, and I'm like, dude, it's fall. I want some pozole and I want it green, and that's why I was like, so I don't forget. I took a picture. I snapped a picture of it from someone's Instagram. I know.
Y'all, I think she's lying to us. She didn't want to show us the real picture because she got kind of cringy. Sure.
No, I actually. Last night though, that was this morning, but last night I did send Emilio a picture of me on the toilet, just like a little selfie. I was like, "Hi," I stuck my tongue out and stuff. Yeah.
So that was the real one that she didn't want to share. What's your favorite food or dish, and what's your go-to drink? You know, because when we have girls' night and we got to get some cocktails flowing, what does Chiquis, Janae, and Valentina drink? How about that?
Ooh, okay. Got you, girl. Okay, so Chiquis, most definitely straight up tequila. Just no lemon, no lime, just straight tequila. I love it. Janae is more of a tequila on the rocks with mineral water and a tajin rim with some lime, a garnished lime. Valentina, that bitch crazy. She likes Cosmos, okay? And that vodka does not work for us. Vodka, like, that will get me... I'll forget my name. I'll forget where I'm at. I'll forget my life. So Valentina, she crazy. She likes Cosmos. And my favorite food, Mexican food, any day, every day, unos frijoles de la olla con quesito fresco, un chile, una tortilla de maíz. I love corn tortillas. That's like something I can eat every single day. I love chile rellenos too, and anything Asian. I love anything Asian, but that's my plate. Frijoles. Oh, that sounds so good. Frijoles de la olla. Sounds so good.
I love talking about food. That is making me so hungry. But one thing I really want to know is about plastic surgery. Now, you say you're an open book and you talk about everything. So I want to know, have you had plastic surgery? What have you had done? And are you a fan of plastic surgery?
I am in favor of plastic surgery. I love plastic surgery. I'm like, be healthy, and get your studies done and all that stuff. But I love plastic surgery. I've gotten liposuction. I got liposuction when I was a lot younger. My mom actually took me to do it at 19 years old. She was just so obsessed with So she took me to get liposuction. And then I've gotten breast augmentations and then reductions. And now I got my breasts done again. I got implants again. But yeah, I mean, I'm all for it.
Alrighty, so we've reached the end. I have one last question for you just to kind of wrap things up. Why did you want to start a podcast?
I have wanted to start a podcast for, like I said earlier, like 3 years. It's been on my vision board because I feel like it's a space where you can just be honest and completely be yourself. Sometimes when there's cameras, you worry so much about how you look that you don't focus on what you're saying. And I'm all about what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And this is my way of spreading everything that I have in my mind and the feelings that I have in my thoughts. And I'm a person that is very open and transparent. I want to share that. I want to talk about all kinds of subjects, things that people don't want to talk about, especially in my culture. You know, a lot of things are still taboo, and I want to kind of break that generational curse, you know? So this is my way of just radiating love and truth, and so people get to know me in a different way.
Thanks so much, Chiquis, for opening up and answering a lot of our questions. It's been so fun to learn more about you, and I'm really excited to continue to learn about you as more episodes of Chiquis and Chill come out. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. This was so much fun. I learned so much about you and really appreciate your openness, your rawness, your vulnerability. And I'm sure there's a lot more to come. So hopefully everybody stays tuned and listens to new episodes every Monday.
Thank you guys so much for listening in. I hope that you learned about, Chiquis, Janae, and Valentina a little more on a deeper level. So thank you so much. Make sure that you listen in, Chiquis and Chill. And I want to end this episode with gratitude, because that's something that's very important to me. Attitude of gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude, you guys. Thinking about and focusing on what we do have, not what we're lacking. And the more grateful you are, the more blessings that you get. And you are able to share those gifts and those blessings. So I'm grateful. I like to say this. My sister Jenica actually taught me this. Say 3 things every single day that you're grateful for. So I'm grateful for simply waking up, for having the blessing of speaking to you guys. I'm very grateful for that I can just speak my mind and you guys accept me for who I am. And the 3rd thing is love. I'm grateful for love. Love is the moving force of the universe. So without love, we don't exist. I suggest that you guys do it as well. What are you grateful for today? And do it every single day. Attitude of gratitude. Don't forget. And don't forget to listen to Chiquis and Chill every Monday on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. This is a production of iHeartRadio and My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcasts. And you can keep up with me, Chiquis, on Instagram at Chiquis. Then we have Twitter, Chiquis626, and that's with a Q, you guys, not a K. CHIQUIS. And yeah, guys, we'll see you next week.